Hi everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and I have a white hoodie that I want to dye for myself, but I don't know which colours I want to dye it. Whenever I get a new Fibre Reactive dye, and actually acid dyes, but we're talking about Fibre Reactive dyes here, I dye a piece of cotton fabric just to see what the colour's like, how it breaks, and all that. But these are, I only dye one colour. I want to see how the colours sort of mix and interact together. And so I've got here 4 pieces of cotton towel, which I have soaked in soda ash and water. And I know for a fact that these cotton towels take up dye incredibly well. Because I often have these underneath my trays when I am speckling or doing something on the table, or I use these to wipe my spoons on, and yeah, you can see this just takes up dye amazingly well. All my tea towels look like this now. What I'm going to do is fill these with ice, and then we're going to put some dye on them. These have all got a nice healthy amount of ice in there. My gloves are dry, I've got my mask on. Let's start with this one, and I'm going to be using New Emerald Green and Lime Pop. I think I'm going to go Lime Pop first, because this is quite a sort of light colour. I think I'm going to try a nice amount there, and a bit over here. Because these are cotton, I'm using Fibre Reactive dyes and soda ash. Whereas if they were an animal-based fibre, I could still use Fibre Reactive dyes, but I'd need acid in form of maybe vinegar and heat. Fortunately, plant-based fibres don't actually need heat. They keep moving the tripod. They just need time. So, right, this is going to be a bit of a pain having to wash my hands each time. Right, I need spoons. Where are my spoons? My jug of dedicated dye spoons. All this stuff is dedicated for dyeing. Don't use it for food. And let's go in with the New Emerald Green. Oops. I think this one's quite strong, so I don't know. I really don't know how much to use when it comes to powdered dyes. I really am in the dark about this. I'm all right when they're in solution, but this is just a bit, I don't know if I'm using way too much and I'm just wasting loads or not enough. I don't know, it's really a guessing game for me. I am learning, but very slowly. Put a little bit more Lime Pop. I really want that bright green to come through. It comes through on yarn, but when I use it on cotton, it's more yellow. So I wonder if it's just the amount I've used. So that's the Emerald Green and Lime Pop. This next one I'm going to use, we've got Blue Violet and Sweet Pea. Blue Violet breaks beautifully. And when I say breaks, I mean it splits into the colours that it's made of. I absolutely adore this one, and I have used it quite a lot, so I'm going to just sprinkle some there. Now Sweet Pea is quite a pastel colour, so I'm going to go in quite heavy-handed with this to really try and get that gorgeous pink coming through. It's all melting and all dissolving. The ice is all melting and the dye is all dissolving quite quickly, and I have no idea really how much I've just added. Well, we will see. Maybe I need a tiny bit more of this, because I really love this Blue Violet. Oh, I don't know. Next one is Turquoise and Nebula Navy. These two are primary colours, which means there's only that one dye molecule in here. So while you've got yellow and blue and red are the primary colours, a lot of most yellows, blues and reds dyes are not primaries because they're made up of multiple molecules to make that shade, whereas with nebula navy and turquoise, these are both two primary blues. Now I know turquoise can be tricky to wash out, but this was actually the colour combination that I thought I would like on my hoodie. So, and then I thought, I'll cut up that towel and I'll do a little test of it to see if I do like that colour combination. And it sort of spread from there. I thought, well, okay, I cut it into 4. I might as well dye all four pieces. There we go. So that's turquoise and nebula navy. I think maybe a tiny bit more turquoise. I've lost track of what I'm doing because I've been talking too much. Oh well, fingers crossed that this works. And finally, we're going into strawberry frappe and shiitake mushroom. Now, shiitake mushroom breaks beautifully into lots and lots of colours, and I thought it might pair well with strawberry frappe. I'm not sure. Now, if there are any dyers out there who know a good method to calculate how much powder dye I need in situations like this, please, please, please do let me know, because I never know if I'm using too much or not enough. And it's really a guessing game. I don't know if I'm being hugely wasteful by doing this or if I'm just not using anywhere near enough. It's such a guessing game. So if you do have a tried and tested method of how much dye you need to use per weight of goods with this sort of dyeing method, please do let me know. I mean, the ice looks pretty well covered, so I'm kind of going by that. I'm just gauging how much dye I've used by how well the ice is covered. There we go. I think that will probably do. So this is the emerald green and lime pop. You can see some of that lime pop, that bright green. I really hope I managed to get that on the hoodie, or on the fabric I mean. This one was sweet pea and blue violet. You can see that blue is already breaking, and it does have a beautiful purple that goes with it. I still don't know if I've used enough sweet pea, because that just completely dissolved straight away. Over here with the nebula navy and the turquoise. Love how this looks on the ice. Now there is no breaking on this one, because as I said, these are the primary colours. And lastly, shiitake mushroom and strawberry frappe. I think they work well. That's looking a lot redder. The strawberry's looking a lot redder than my swatch, but yeah, it's pretty. Can't really see any breaking yet, but fingers crossed it will happen. Now I'm going to cover these and just let the ice melt. And once the ice is melted, I'll probably leave it for, the aim is 24 to 48 hours, but in reality I'll probably end up leaving it a week, just because of family life. The dye starts reacting once it hits water, and it stops reacting after about 24-48 hours, sort of depending on the heat. So I'm just going to leave these tucked away in the kitchen and just leave them, and hopefully that will be enough to set this dye to the fabric. It's been just under a week since I set these up. So let's have a little look. This one was all the blues, the turquoise and dark navy, deep navy, dark navy, never remember. Now I'm expecting a lot of runoff. You can see all that water coming off. This is cotton and fibre reactive dye, so the dye doesn't ever exhaust in this method. So what I'm going to do, so I've just rinsed that out. Ooh, that's nice. I think I used probably a little bit too much of the dark navy. But that's really pretty. I like that one. Let's have a look at the next one. This one. What was this one? Should have labelled them. I can't remember what I put on this one. Oh, was this the shiitake mushroom and something else? I don't know, but look at all that amazing breaking already. I'm just rinsing this through with some cold tap water just to get off the main runoff, and then I'm going to stick this in the washing machine. Ooh, that is so pretty. I like that. Let's have a look at the next one. This one was, again, I can't remember. There was purple in this. What purple did I use? I can't remember. I'll have to re-watch the tape to see what this was. Could this have been blue violet? Did I use blue violet? There's a lot of blue coming off, and that happens with blue violet. I'm not sure. But that's awesome. That is very me. Maybe I'll go with this combination if I can remember what it is for my hoodie. Oh man. And the last one, this was the greens, New Emerald Green and Lime Pop. Remember that. Probably should have put some gloves on. Actually, not too much staining on my hands. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. I went quite heavy with the Lime Pop, I remember, because I really wanted it to be very green and not be taken over by the New Emerald Green or to be too yellow. I really wanted it to be that lime, beautiful lime colour. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. I'm going to have trouble deciding which combination I want for my hoodie. Oh, I do like that, but I definitely needed more turquoise on that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just stick these in the washing machine with some towels, some old clothes, some things that I don't really mind any colour transferring to. I've never noticed colour transferring to anything in the washing machine, but it could happen. So that's why I do that. And then I can hang these out and then really have a good look at these and see if I can remember what that purple is.
And here are all 4 swatch samples. Now this originally started because I want to tie-dye myself a hoodie and I wasn't quite sure which colours to go for. I thought maybe I should do turquoise and nebula navy because they're two beautiful blues. They are primaries as well. They're just made of that one colour, so they won't break. That's this one up here. I used a lot of nebula navy on that. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. I just haven't got the pops of turquoise coming through, which I hoped. But I still really like this. And now it's made my decision a lot trickier because I really like all 4 of these. This one up here is blue violet and sweet pea. And you can see we've got this lovely patch of sweet pea there. And we've got the blue violet. It's sort of breaks into the blues and purples there. And I love that colour. And I want to use it on everything. But I also, when I'm dyeing myself this hoodie, I don't want to use everything that I always use. I want to do something different. So I don't know. I really like that colour combination. I love this, the New Emerald Green and Lime Pop. I went in quite heavy with the Lime Pop because I really wanted that colour to shine through. When I've used it before and not used quite as much of it, it's been quite a yellow colour and I really wanted the green to come through in that, but I didn't want it to be overtaken by the New Emerald Green either. So I tried to balance it and I think I balanced it quite well. And I think that would look really nice on a hoodie too. It's not really broken. There are some blue patches, but in general, those 2 colours have sort of stayed as the 2 greens that they've got. And then here, this one was shiitake mushroom and strawberry frappe. And shiitake mushroom just breaks beautifully and it breaks into blues, pinks and yellows So we've got the brown where that sort of all is mixed together, but then you've got pink pops, blue pops, yellow pops, and the strawberry frappe is a really nice sort of pink, which I thought would pair quite well with the breaking in the shiitake mushroom, which I think it has. And I really quite like this. And again, that would look nice on a hoodie as well. So I don't know which one I'm going to go for. Which one would you go for? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a new video. My videos are published on Mondays between 6 and 8 p.m, usually closer to 6 than 8. This is UK time. And I like to experiment with different fibre types, dyes, techniques, all sorts of things. So there should always be something different and interesting to watch. Once I've decided which of these colour combinations I'm going to use for my hoodie, that will be another future video. I think I have some plain white t-shirts, so I might do one of these colour combinations for a t-shirt. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching.